Hello everyone. I take this opportunity to welcome all of you on behalf of Multisoft Virtual Academy. Today's session will be helpful for professionals who aim to manage IT services effectively and build a career in IT service management. Let's start with the agenda. I will begin with an introduction to ITIL, including its history along with the framework, and then move on to the certification and exam details. We will then discuss about the course details that will include the professional scope, target audience, and course outline. The next section will be sneak preview, where I'll briefly provide you understanding about one of the important topics from the course. This will give you a fair understanding about how online training will happen at Multisoft. After this, I will give you a brief about Multisoft online training for ITIL Intermediate in terms of learning resources. At last, I'll summarize the session for you. So here begins the introduction to ITIL, a very popular set of practices for IT service management that focus on aligning IT services with the needs of business. ITIL describes processes, procedures, tasks, and checklists which are not organization specific but can be applied by an organization for establishing integration within the organization's strategy, delivering value, and maintaining a minimum level of competency. It allows the organization to establish a baseline from which it can plan, implement, and measure. It is used to demonstrate compliance and to measure improvement. ITIL was originally created by the CCTA under the auspices of British government, and ITIL is a registered trademark of the UK government's Office of Government Commerce, usually known as the OGC. Since July 2013, ITIL has been owned by Exelos Limited, which is a joint venture between HM Cabinet Office and Capita PLC. Exelos licenses organizations to use the ITIL intellectual property, accredits licensed examination institutes, and manages updates to the framework. ITIL has a history to hold. Responding to the growing dependence on IT, the UK government's Central Computer and Telecommunications Agency, that is CCTA, in the 1980s developed a set of recommendations. It recognized that without standard practices, government agencies and private sector contracts had started independently creating their own IT management practices. After the initial publication between 1989 to 1996, the number of books quickly grew within ITIL V1 to more than 30 volumes. Around the year 2000, to make ITIL more accessible and affordable, ITIL version 2 consolidated the publications into 9 logical sets that grouped related process guidelines to match different aspects of IT management, applications, and services. The service management sets were by far the most widely used, circulated, and understood of the ITIL version 2 publications. In April 2001, the CCTA was merged into the OGC, an office of the UK Treasury. In 2006, the ITIL V2 glossary was published. Then in May 2007, this organization issued version 3 of ITIL, which is also known as the ITIL Refresh Project, that consisted of 26 processes and functions, now grouped into only 5 volumes, arranged around the concept of service lifecycle structure. Version 3 is now known as the ITIL 2007 edition. In 2009, the OGC officially announced that ITIL V2 certification would be withdrawn and launched a major consultation as for how to proceed. In July 2011, the 2011 edition of ITIL was published that provided an update to the version published in 2007. The OGC is no longer listed as the owner of ITIL, following the consolidation of OGC into the Cabinet Office, and the 2011 edition is owned by the HM government. Let me now give you a brief on why ITIL is being used by organizations worldwide. The RACI, that is Responsible, Accountable, Consulted, Informed model, brings clarity to organizations' functions and roles, and it constitutes the foundation for communication between IT and business. Professional and proven processes integrate customer value and outcomes in every process, role, and function. At the same time, they also increase customer satisfaction. Moving on to financial management, it is integrated throughout the service life cycle. That means the costs are planned and controlled, and cost justification can be easily made. Also, if an organization implements a framework that is proven to work, it is easier to agree on the service level and quality of the provided service to the customer. Constant measurements and improvements guarantee that quality assurance of the service does not end with the customer acceptance test, but it continues throughout the service life cycle. Let's discuss the ITIL framework now. The context of this publication is to act as a source of good practice in service management. ITIL is used by organizations worldwide to establish and improve capabilities in service management. ISO IEC 20000 provides a formal and universal standard for organizations seeking to have their service management capabilities audited and certified. While ISO IEC 20000 is a standard to be achieved and maintained, ITIL offers a body of knowledge useful for achieving the standard. The ITIL library has two components. The first one is ITIL Core, which is best practice guidance applicable to all types of organizations who provide services to a business. The second one is ITIL Complementary Guidance, which is a complementary set of publications with guidance specific to industry sectors, organization types, operating models, and technology architectures. The ITIL Core consists of 5 publications. Each provides the guidance necessary for an integrated approach as required by the ISO IEC 20000 standard specification. These include service strategy, service design, service transition, service operation, and continual service improvement. ITIL qualifications set international benchmarks of quality for IT professionals all over the world. Professionals taking up ITIL training are encouraged to come up with new ideas and approaches to improve customer satisfaction. They learn to contribute effectively to service delivery in the organization. The value of ITIL has increased sharply in the recent years, and an ITIL certification is fast becoming an entry requirement for a majority of IT-based roles. So why not validate your expertise with this valuable certification? Currently, in its third version, ITIL is the world's most widely used IT service management framework that is based on global best practices in IT service management. The ITIL intermediate level qualification is the next stage following foundation level in the ITIL scheme. It has a modular structure with each module providing a different focus on IT service management. You can take as few or as many intermediate qualifications as you need. The intermediate modules go into more detail than the foundation level and provide an industry-recognized qualification. The modules within the ITIL intermediate level are divided into 2 categories: service lifecycle and service capability. Some may wish to concentrate on one set of modules, but you can choose to select modules from both the service lifecycle and service capability streams in order to combine management and technical knowledge. It is recommended that you have prior exposure to basic concepts in IT and at least 2 years of professional experience of working in IT service management before undertaking any of the ITIL intermediary modules. So now, let us get to know about the service lifecycle modules for which Multisoft conducts online training. Service lifecycle modules are most relevant to those who have or are looking for a management or team leader role that requires management of different areas or work across different teams. All the modules within the service lifecycle category are suitable for those intending to focus on the process and practice elements used and management capabilities needed to deliver quality service management practices. The service lifecycle modules include service strategy, service design, service transition, service operation, and continual service improvement. Let me also introduce you to the ITIL credit system. Within the ITIL credit system, each ITIL and ITIL related qualifications has been assigned a specific credit value based upon their level of ITIL content. Upon successful completion of any ITIL examination recognized under the scheme, a candidate will be awarded both the certification and the credits attached. The credits earned through this system can be then used towards the ITIL expert level of certification, for which candidates must have earned 22 number of credits. Each module of the service lifecycle qualification is worth 3 credits, and on completing all the 5 intermediate modules, candidates obtain minimum of 17 credits that are required to progress to the managing across the lifecycle module, which is the final step before the ITIL expert level. Now, in order to achieve a certain certification, we all need to go through some exams. So after knowing about the certification details, it's time I share the exam information with you. After completing the ITIL intermediate training, candidates are eligible to appear for the individual exams related to lifecycle module conducted by Excelos Global Partner Program. The exam pattern for all the modules remains same, that is, there will be a total of 8 scenario-based questions with multiple choices that need to be attempted within a stipulated time of 90 minutes. In order to clear the exam, you need to secure at least 70% marks. Now that you're aware about ITIL Intermediate and its training program, let us get into the course-specific details. In terms of target audience, this course is usually attended by individuals with a certain number of credits from the foundation and practitioner level of ITIL qualification scheme, along with the ITIL Foundation certified candidates aiming for higher levels in ITIL. Further, moving on with the target audience, if we differentiate them on the basis of the modules, the designations mentioned on the slide make for the ideal audience for this training. If we talk about the professional scope, on an average, ITIL certified professionals earn above $70,000 annually, while professionals with expertise in service strategy and service design earn between $70,000 to $90,000 annually. Those with service transition expertise have also reached a pay scale of $150,000. Salaries of service operation and continual service improvement hover around $85,000 to $95,000 annually. This slide shows you the complete course outline for ITIL Intermediate training. We will cover all these modules in detail once you register with us for the course. Now it's time for an exciting section, that's the sneak preview. It beholds a detailed description of a particular concept related to the training, thereby leading to your knowledge enhancement. So let's continue our ride further and understand about service management in this section. Service is a means of delivering value to customer by facilitating outcomes customers want to achieve without the ownership of specific costs and risks. Services may be defined by specifications, but customer outcomes are the genesis of services. Talking about service management, it is a set of specialized organizational capabilities performed for providing value to customers in the form of services. Now that we are aware of the terminologies related to service and service management, let us know about them in relation with IT. IT services deal with a set of IT-related functions, and IT service management is the usage of a set of the service provider to provide value to the customer or business in the form of IT services. And when we say functions, these are units of organizations specialized to perform certain types of work and are responsible for specific outcomes. Also, they are self-contained with capabilities and resources necessary to their performance and outcomes. Service management deals with 4 functions, namely service desk, application management, technical management, and operations management. The generic process elements shows that the data enters the process, is processed, and the outcome is measured and reviewed. This very basic description underpins any process description. A process is always organized around a set of objectives. The main outputs from the process should be driven by the objectives and should always include process improvements, reports, and process improvement. If we were to define process control, it is the activity of planning and regulating a process with the objective of performing a process in an effective, efficient, and consistent manner. Processes once defined should be documented and controlled. Once under control, they can be repeated and become manageable. Degrees of control over processes can be defined, and then process measurement and metrics can be built into the process to control and improve the process. Also, each process should be owned by a process owner who should be responsible for the process and its improvement, ensuring that a process meets its objectives. The objectives of any IT process should be defined in measurable terms and should be expressed in terms of business benefits underpinning business strategy and goals. The output produced by a process has to conform to operational norms that are derived from business objectives. I hope you understood the concepts I just discussed. There is much more to learn in ITIL Intermediate. Once you register with us for the training, you will be exposed to several best practices and management concepts. So, let's move on to the last section of today's session. Here, you'll have an overview of how ITIL Intermediate online training will happen at Multisoft. When you register with us for the training, we will connect with you as per the pre-decided time and impart training for 16 hours in all. For the exact schedule and each session's duration, you can refer to the training calendar on our website. The training happens through a secure web conferencing tool that allows a real-time learning experience. Once you register with us, we send out event links to you wherein you log into a collaborative platform that allows two-way interaction between the student and the trainer through webcam and voice chat. It's as good as a classroom since the whiteboard allows the trainer to transfer knowledge as done in a classroom. The share option lets the experts share files, videos, applications and even desktops. Once you register with us, we provide you 24/7 access to an online resource center wherein apart from accessing other training material, you can also attempt simulated mock tests. Other than this, you get access to the course presentations, videos and other reference material. This is a sample of the online assessment that will test your knowledge on the various course concepts. All the questions will have few options out of which you need to select the correct one. At the end of the assessment, you will get the information on the correct answers and reasoning behind the same. In addition to 16 hours of training for any of the service lifecycle modules of ITIL Intermediate, we will also provide you with respective certification from Excelos. Since we are an ITIL accredited training organization, we offer end-to-end assistance in getting you certified. Now to summarize the session, this will be a 16 hours instructor-led online training that will be conducted by a certified trainer. In addition, you will get 24/7 access to the learning management system where you can attempt simulated mock tests. And to make it more rewarding, we will get you certified in the ITIL Intermediate module you register for. This session was an attempt to provide you detailed information about online ITIL Intermediate training. In order to register for the course or to ask any question, please write to us at info@multisoftvirtualacademy.com.